Hello everyone, it's Steve with Aptera Owners Club. You guys remember back in November 30th of 2022, Aptera announced that they would be the first EV maker to integrate Tesla charging port, or the NACS, North American Charging Standard. Remember, Aptera went on a big campaign to try to get this adopted. Um, I kind of thought it was a publicity stunt, and maybe it still was. But anyways, it looks like that others are joining the fray. On May 25th, 2023, Ford announced that they're going to switch to the NACS port. So here we go. Starting early next year, so 2024, Ford EV customers will have access to more than 12,000 Tesla superchargers across the US and Canada, in addition to the 10,000 DC fast chargers. Um, these Mach-E, F-150 Lightning, and E-Transit customers will be able to access the superchargers via an adapter and software integration along with activation and payment via Ford Pass or Ford Pro Intelligence. This is the important one. In 2025, Ford will offer next generation electric vehicles with the North American Charging Standard connector built in, eliminating the need for an adapter to access Tesla superchargers. The reliable Tesla supercharger network has already established charging corridors across the US and Canada. Okay, so this first part isn't a big deal because Ford EV customers can already use Tesla superchargers through the non-Tesla charging, because these are the ones with the Magic Dock, and the Teslas with the Magic Dock that have a CCS2 adapter, they can, if you have any modern EV, you can charge at a Tesla with a Magic Dock. There aren't too many of them, but they're rolling them out, and so this is not a new thing. I think the new thing here is that these Ford customers can get the charging without downloading the Tesla app, because you have to do it this way, the current way, you have to download the Tesla app. Now they want you to do it through the Ford app, the Ford Pass or Ford Pro Intelligence. I don't know if that's a positive or a negative, um, but this isn't new. The big news here is in 2025, they're going to natively add the NACS port to their vehicles. Now, what's a little unclear, you guys tell me what you think, is are they going to have both ports in the car? Are they going to have CCS plus the NACS port? Or are they just going to have a NACS port? I kind of think that they would just, the smart way, I think, to do it would be just have the NACS port and give them a CCS adapter. Probably the same thing that Aptera is doing. But I'm not sure if they plan on having both ports or an adapter. I think an adapter would be cheaper, and so that would be the better way to do it. Um, so yeah, I did not think that this was going to catch on. And honestly, I have to say, when Tesla first started, I thought about investing in Tesla. And this tells you how you should never follow any investing advice from me. And I did not invest in Tesla because I thought, how hard is building an electric vehicle? It's just basically a motor, a battery, and wheels. Like that's it. It's like internal combustion vehicles are so much more complex. Making the internal combustion engine itself is like thousands of parts with valves and timing belts and all kinds of stuff. It's really, really complex. It's way more complex than an electric motor. And then you have to have a transmission, a cooling system, like all kinds of stuff. It's way more complicated. An EV is much less complicated. And I thought that as soon as Tesla started to gain some traction, the legacy automakers, they're just so much bigger. They would just crush them. They would just put out an EV, undercut them in price, and just crush Tesla. Well, as it turns out, making EVs has its own set of engineering challenges and technological challenges. And just because you're really good at doing something more complicated doesn't mean you're necessarily good at doing something else that's less complicated. Um, and so Tesla is way ahead of the game. And then when Tesla started building out their own supercharger network, I thought, wow, this is just going to be a money losing campaign for them because it costs a lot of money to build out infrastructure. Only their cars can use it. Most of these charging stations are empty all the time. Like they're just sinking money into a bottomless pit. As it turned out, I'm wrong about that as well. Now I'm sure that this deal Ford is going to give Tesla a decent amount of money, or Tesla's definitely getting something out of this. Um, and it turns out that them building out their supercharger network has become probably a revenue generating scheme for them. Especially now, I don't know, those of you guys, I haven't tried this myself. When you charge your non-Tesla, do they charge you more than a Tesla? I would expect that to be the case, that charging a non-Tesla at a supercharger would cost more per kilowatt hour than charging a Tesla. Um, but yeah, this can be done, and Ford is going to join Aptera. Now, Aptera was the first EV maker to announce that they're going to have um, a NACS port, but depending on how funding goes, Ford may be the first manufacturer to actually deliver vehicles to consumers with the NACS port, other than Tesla, because um, Ford is going to do it in 2025. And when Ford says they're going to do it in 2025, they're probably going to do it in 2025. Aptera, I think best case scenario, they're delivering a car kind of mid 2024. But if things don't go perfectly well, it may be well into 2025 before Aptera delivers a car to a customer. In that case, Ford may beat them to the punch in delivering a car with NACS. Okay, so that's the news. Ford is joining. Tell me what you guys think about that. Good idea? Bad idea? Do you think that other manufacturers are going to join in now? Like, is GM going to join? Is Hyundai going to join? Is Toyota going to join? Is Rivian, Lucid? Are any of them going to join and use the NACS port? And who do you think is going to be first to market with a NACS port um, EV? Is it going to be Aptera or is it going to be Ford? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.